All right, people. So I made a video about Matt Riddle being accused of sexual assault about a week ago, and I expressed the fact that we need to wait until all the facts come out. Assume that he is guilty of this, and now something new has come out, and I want to talk about this. Since I did make the video a week ago, I want to give an update here and whether this changes my thought on this allegation or not. And it is an allegation. It's not proven, it's an allegation. So this lady comes out and says that in 2019 she was with Matt Riddle and they were kissing and they took a picture together. I don't know what this proves. It's just a picture. Like it doesn't prove anything. I don't know. Hey, what's up? Somebody said, hey, ranter. So I'm saying, hey, what's up back? So I don't know what this proves really. Um, what the first question that comes to my mind is that okay, she alleges she was sexually assaulted by this man in 2018. Why would you get back together with the same man and kiss him and take a picture with him and hang out with the same man that assaulted you supposedly a year ago? You're just hanging out with him again. Uh, so that right there doesn't make sense to me. Either um, either this woman is lying or she's just crazy. She has mental problems because why would you hang out with the same person that sexually assaulted you a year ago? So that just doesn't make. I don't get how that proves anything. Um, Apparently Matt Riddle's legal team and Matt Riddle have said that this woman was stalking him for like for a while now. Who knows if that's true or not? I mean, it would be interesting if it was. I don't know. Just this woman seems pretty crazy. And the original allegation was that not that the sexual assault took place in a hotel room or somewhere where these two people were alone. It took place in a car where I think two or three other people were, which is pretty shocking that a sexual assault would take place while three other people are sleeping in the car. I mean, this story has so many holes in it. Could it be true? Yeah, it could be true, but I mean, we have to remember in this country that people are innocent until proven guilty. I mean, these allegations have led to already many wrestlers being fired. I heard one of the wrestlers got fired because they were in a so-called relationship with a 17-year-old girl, apparently. And, it's not the best thing. I don't know how old the person was at the time, but I mean, 17 is actually considered the age of consent in in many states in America. So like I don't know. And then I saw Jack Gallagher got released. Legiro or whatever the fuck his name got released. It's just crazy. How this is just happening and destroying many people's lives. And the thing is, even if these people are proven innocent, it's like their lives have already been destroyed. They've already been fired from their jobs. Their lives have already been ruined, and it's a very dangerous world we live in, where you could just accuse somebody of sexual assault, and basically they're fired from their job. It's like, hey, you want to advance your career in WWE or take somebody's spot, just accuse them of sexual assault. So it's crazy. People want to maybe people just want to get attention. Who knows? But I mean, this the fact that she released a photo with him in 2019 actually makes it less, in my opinion, less. It makes me less believe her now. Like, why would you get back together with somebody who sexually assaulted you? It doesn't make any sense. Let me read a couple comments here. Same with Anthony Rapp, waited over 30 years to come out against Kevin Spacey. Same thing with Kavanaugh, making an allegation going all the way back to 1982. Ron Jeremy, oh, I heard about Ron Jeremy, has three rape allegations against him. I mean, it's so hard to validate claims that supposedly happened 30 years ago. Like with other crimes, if you get robbed, if you get um, physically assaulted by somebody, you go to the police right away and you say, "Hey, this happened to me. You know, Maybe we'll catch the criminal, maybe we won't. Like if your car gets broken into, you say, "Hey, my car was broken into." You go right after you right after the allegation occurs. You can't go 30 years later and say, "Yeah, my house was robbed by this person 30 years ago." I mean, it's laughable. You would be laughed at with any other crime. And I get sexual assault, it could be a traumatic experience to people, but it's like you just can't do that shit. You have to report a crime right away. That gives it the best chance of being resolved, and that criminal probably is going to do that shit to more people. So you have a responsibility to go to the police and report that. I mean, and you could probably do it anonymously in many cases too. Have your name not put out in the public. If you want some privacy, your family doesn't even have to know. I mean, I mean, I get it, but it's like you can't go 30 years later and say this happened because there's no way to validate that. Um, Ron Jeremy's allegations are more recent. They allegedly happened between 2014 and 2019. Danny Masterson was charged with 3 counts of rape a few weeks back. And I'm sure a lot of these claims are valid, but it's just so hard. It's like all this shit gets caught up in the whole Me Too movement. And it's so hard to say, well, this is legit, this is not. I mean, you just can't. And it's like it's almost a trial by the public. It's like anybody accused is unfortunately their life is just totally destroyed, even if they're guilty or not. It's a dangerous precedent that we're setting here. And there's no doubt about it that a lot of people are guilty. you know, Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein. There's a lot of legitimate accounts of famous people taking advantage of their power and raping people. I mean, it's a very disgusting thing to do, but I also think there's a lot of people who just want to get revenge against people. They maybe had a bad breakup. They have something against somebody, and they just want to accuse them of sexual assault and destroy their lives. I mean, there's a lot of crazy people out there. So I mean, we have to remember that as a society, and how everybody, at least they should be innocent until proven guilty, right? Um, so um, what is my opinion on Brock Turner? That girl didn't even remember anything, but yet she's still acting like a victim, totally shit faced. I'm sorry, I really don't know who Brock Turner. That name does ring a bell though. Brock Turner. Was that the story about the girl that was supposedly sexually assaulted while she was sleeping? I think. Um, I'm actually looking it up on my phone. Brock Turner was convicted by jury of 3 counts of felony sexual assault. Um, I think that was the yeah, that was the case where she was supposedly um, raped while unconscious. Like I don't really know too much about that story. I saw it on TV way back in the day, but I don't want to really comment on something that I don't know too much about. But I mean, there's no doubt about it that that the whole Me Too movement has probably destroyed a lot of innocent people's lives. I do think the penalty for actually sexually assaulting somebody, if you do that, I mean, I think the penalty should be a lot harsher for that crime than it is. I don't think people, if you do sexually assault people, legitimately, like something really bad, like rape people, rape a young girl, shit like that. I mean, you should never see the light of day ever again. I mean, you just shouldn't. I mean, I think crimes in this country punishment for serious crimes in this country have to be a lot more severe. Like this isn't your speeding and you went 15 miles over the speed limit. No, you legitimately killed somebody. You intended to kill somebody. You intended to rape somebody. I mean, these crimes should be the punishments for these crimes should be a lot more harsh. In my opinion. I mean, you see a lot of people get put away for petty crimes. You see a lot of crimes that are just really petty, in my opinion, and then you have these serious crimes like rape and sexual assault. I mean, we should really have major charges for that. Um, but on the other hand, it's like you are you are on a really slippery slope when people like Matt Riddle lose. Look at Enzo Amore. Don't like the guy, but he lost his job over that claim that turned out to be probably false, flat out false. I mean, it's a real dangerous world, and you have crazy women like this that just, oh, I hate somebody because they broke up with me. I hate somebody because they cheated on me. I hate somebody because they did this, a bad breakup, and then oh, they're famous now. Let me just go accuse them of sexual assault, and there's no way to disprove it or prove it. So I really hope the truth about these incidents comes out. The bad thing about it is there's just no way to really disprove them. I could go accuse Joe Schmo of sexually assaulting me, and there's no way he could really disprove that. I mean, it's, well, sometime in 2018 it happened. Great, you know. Same thing with the Brett Kavanaugh thing. It's like, who knows what the fuck happened? There's just no way to disprove him, and I really feel bad. No doubt about it. There's a lot of victims of sexual assault out there. There's a lot of bad people out there, but I really just encourage people that if they are really sexually assaulted, to come forward right away, because it's a lot easier to prove that shit happened. Um, there's rape kits and shit like that. So I mean, um, I've seen many cases like that where the woman comes forward right away, and it's a lot easier to prove that person is guilty if you do it right then and there. Go to the cops right after the incident. I know of course, it's a very traumatic thing to happen to people, but I mean, that's really the only way. Otherwise, it's just a he said, she said thing. Nothing's really probably going to happen, and it's very hard to prove that. So there you go, people. There's my thoughts on that. I hope WWE continues to stand strong with Matt Riddle and does not fire him, does not cave to the pressure, because there's really no evidence to back up this claim at all. Just because there's a picture of them in 2019 doesn't prove anything. Actually, in my opinion, it further disproves this women's story, because again, why would you hang out with somebody a year after they sexually assaulted you? It makes no common sense whatsoever. Why would you get with this person again if they put you through this traumatic experience? So there you go, people. There's my thoughts on that.